Here are the top 10 best TV characters who only appeared in one scene. They weren't there long, but these TV characters made quite the impression in just one scene. Number 10. The Mad King, Game of Thrones. Despite all of the mythology, including Jaime's emotional bathtub story when he stabbed the wildfire-obsessed king in the back, we'd never see the notorious Targaryen in all of his incestuous craziness on our screens. However, in Season 6, everything changed. We were presented to the moment that Jaime had described all those years ago when Bran Stark got a thorough glimpse into the past as he escaped some White Walkers. As he sits on the Iron Throne and later dies at the hands of the Night, Arya might be seen shouting, "Burn them all!" Even if it was only for a few moments, these flashes of history provided us a face and a picture to place to those many crazy stories of a fallen king. Number 9. The Fisher King, Merlin. Another Game of Thrones alumnus, Donald Sumter, makes an appearance on our list in one of the most underappreciated and underrated performances till now. Sumter makes a one-off cameo as the Fisher King in the Merlin Season 3 episode The Eye of the Phoenix, which Merlin, Gawain, and Arthur are trying to locate on a journey. We discover that the Fisher King was a sorcerer who was severely injured in battle many years ago. His wound was believed to have gotten infected, and the illness spread throughout his body as well as his kingdom. It is unknown if the stories about the legendary person who is said to be kept alive in a castle by magic are real. That is, until Merlin enters the royal chamber and meets the man himself. The withered creature offers Merlin priceless water from the Lake of Avalon in return for putting him out of his misery, and Merlin accepts. To finish off both the life of the legend and the hauntingly beautiful sight, our hero reluctantly agrees, giving him a phoenix eye bracelet he'd rescued Arthur from earlier in the journey. Number 8. Thomas and Tim, Friends. It takes a lot to outshine what is probably the greatest entertaining cast of main characters ever assembled in television history, when comic legends Robin Williams and Billy Crystal decided to visit Central Park. During Season 3's The One with the Ultimate Fighting Champion, they were more than up to the job. Williams puts on an outrageous accent and complains about his wife cheating on him with her gynecologist during an entirely imagined conversation between two friends named Thomas and Tim. Soon after, Crystal's Tim confesses that he is the other guy, causing the two men to erupt and rush out of the coffee shop. As the side-splitting dust cleared, it's easy to understand why Monica totally forgot what the heck she was talking about. Number 7. Ned Miller, Fraser. John Glover received an Emmy nomination for his excellent performance in Season 1 of NBC's blockbuster popular comedy Frasier, despite the fact that he only appeared in one scene. Fraser tries to reclaim Bulldog Briscoe's job after spending the episode attempting to avoid office gossip, only to get involved in it. This is mainly owing to the fact that the sportscaster only quit his position after overhearing Fraser spread rumors about his rumored firing. Glover plays Ned Miller, the brash and unapologetic station manager of KACL. In an unexpected turn of events, Fraser tries to reclaim Bulldog's job, only to be dismissed himself, while Miller is summarily sacked owing to his own excessive pay. That final stunning surprise also allows a smug Celtic grammar to deliver a superb regurgitation of the smarmy speech Miller had literally just fed his fired employee minutes before. Number 6. James Rhodey Rhodes, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. It's reasonable to get an Emmy nomination after rocking the show in a riotous guest appearance. Even Don Cheadle, who plays James Rhodey Rhodes in Falcon and the Winter Soldier, couldn't understand how he'd qualified for a nomination based on his short presence in the film. It's not that the Academy Award candidate was awful. On the other hand, he brought his usual blend of gravity and tongue-in-cheek humor to the brief scene inside the Smithsonian. It's simply that Cheadle isn't given too much to do in the moment, apart from letting Sam Wilson know that he may be the one to repair this now broken planet. And with that, Rhodey said he'd contact Sam, and the moment is over. Sure, it put the idea in the Falcon's head that he could one day take over Captain America's mantle, but it's easy to understand how Cheadle and many others were taken aback by his Academy Award nomination for the short scene in 2021. Number 5. John Cleese and Eleanor Bronze art critics, Doctor Who. Another occasion when two great thespians happened to be in the area while filming a world-famous TV show. This time, it was when John Cleese and Eleanor Bronze unexpectedly appeared in the middle of a Doctor Who serial. After learning that the two stars would be at the BBC television centre on the same day, they were scheduled to film certain sequences. Script editor Douglas Adams asked to use them because of his connections with Monty Python and Footlights. The couple's presence on the show had been kept a secret, so when they were shown admiring the TARDIS during Season 17's City of Death in 1979, it took almost everyone watching by surprise. Braun's wonderfully timed reply of "exquisite" as the Dr. Romana and Duggan dash off inside the vessel and it vanishes soon after is the real cherry on the top of his amazing sub-minute performance. The same could be true of the pair's whole experience with the Doctor. Number 4. Harley Quinn. Arrow. In everything from big screen adaptations to much-loved animated creations, one of the most recognizable voices in the DC universe can be heard tumbling out of everyone's favorite pudding. Should the wicked Harley Quinn appear in any of the aforementioned worlds, though, she will almost certainly dominate everyone else on screen. And that's exactly what happened when the well-known figure appeared in the CW's Arrow in the Suicide Squad episode of Season 2. Instead of causing destruction and making life difficult for everyone in her way, Quinn just dropped a one-liner so fantastic that it overshadowed everything else in the post. While John Diggle and Lila Michaels argue over who should head Task Force X, Quinn gives them some advice, cleverly quipping, "Do you need some help, my cuties? You know, I am a trained therapist." Unfortunately, this tease didn't go anywhere in the end, but it was still amazing to hear Tara Strong, who has voiced Quinn in many video games and television shows, reprise her role here, with Cassidy Alexa literally portraying the character. Number 3. Patrick Stewart. Sort of. Extras. It's easy to forget that Sir Patrick Stewart wasn't renowned for venturing outside of his more dramatic comfort zone for a significant part of his long career, with films like American Dad, Ted, and even the Emoji Movie in most modern audiences' minds. That's why his jaw-dropping one-scene wonder in Ricky Gervais's Extras, the popular comic series about people who work as extras in different films, was such a remarkable performance in 2005. Following the provision of a copy of protagonist Andy's screenplay, this Stewart parody delivers a surprise monologue in which he discloses the premise for his own project. It's worth mentioning that Jude Law was rumored to be interested in playing this role at one point, although we doubt his twisted parody of himself would have generated as many uncomfortable laughs as Stewart's crazy old guy act did in the end. Number 2. Lord Flashheart. Blackadder 2. Rick Mayall reportedly agreed to play Lord Flashheart in Blackadder 2 on the condition that his character gets more laughs than Rowan Atkinson's eponymous protagonist. I believe it's fair to say that he achieved his goal in the end, based on how his spectacular and legendary tour de force depiction of the pompous debonair went down. Flashheart explodes through the ceiling, throws Percy through a poorly constructed door, hits on and barks at the Queen of England, but the aforementioned thrown-out former best man gets off with Blackadder's fiancée on the day of their wedding and eventually runs away with her at the speed of light. We have yet to witness a more daring 3-minute span in comic history than Flashheart totally hijacking Blackadder's big day with a spring in his step and a boat in his pocket. That's probably why the character's narcissistic descendant appeared a few years later in Blackadder Goes Forth. The Flashhearts had a cult following that couldn't get enough of them. Number 1. Hugh Jass, The Simpsons. If there's one thing Bart Simpson enjoys more than terrorizing people and going around without a helmet on his skateboard, it's prank calling the neighborhood boozer when boredom hits. That spiky-haired rascal, however, receives an unexpected surprise in the shape of arguably the kindest guy in animation history in one of the most memorable unexpected jokes of the series' now 32 seasons. Then it's only a pity about his name. Following Bart's call to Moe's Tavern, now known as Flaming Moe's, also the title of the episode, and asking to talk with Hugh Jass. That exact guy gladly takes the call from the bartender. It's funny enough to see the oldest Simpson kid squirm as his trusty trick goes horribly wrong, but the way Hugh Jass shrugs off the joke at his cost and even remarks on the scamp being a lovely young guy is as unforgettable as it is somewhat sad. In any case, Hugh Jass was not easily forgotten. We will see you in our next video soon. Until then, take care, goodbye. Thanks for watching.